Hey, while I was perusing Pinterest because it's fun, I saw this DIY giant concrete geode project, right? And I was like, oh my God, that looks so cool. I don't have cement though. What I did think is maybe I can try this using clay, using air dry clay. I'm not sure if anyone's tried it before. This is just what I thought since I have it. And I want to try doing the slice method. So this is how it looks with cement, how she's doing it here. I want to try to do this using the clay, and I think I will try to make it as soggy as the cement is, just so that I can move it around how I want. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm gonna try it. So really the clay is gonna look almost like a slip, but a really chunky slip. I'll try it. Alright guys, so please ignore the state of this dish. It is just a really old piece of Tupperware. It hasn't been used in years, and I figured it'd be perfect to go ahead and get the air dry clay mixed up in. So I'm going to just add water. The sucky part about this is that adding the water is going to make the clay just even more wet. It's going to take longer to dry, I think, but we are going to try to make this work. Ooh. I think that this will be enough water because it's moving pretty well. So hopefully I can just get this into a shape that looks almost like a geode slice, agate slice. I don't think it's going to move all in one piece, but I'm going to move it over to the big piece of plastic so I can actually work. What I'm also trying to do is make sure that the clay is sticking together, you know, with each other. Okay, so I'm just going to like let this be it and try to press something down on it to flatten the top. So I will be right back as I look for something to press this down. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move it again. I'm going to use this plastic to press it down. So hopefully it all stays together. Hey. I hope this is all being caught by the camera because I am like... You guys. Okay, so I'm flattening it. that is separating. Hold on. Some of it's separating. So I'm going to just kind of get it back again. Back together. So it definitely, once it's flattened, I don't think it's going to have the thickness we were quite looking for, but I do think this is really cool. I'm trying to flatten this part so it matches everything else, but yeah. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry. I don't think at this point this needs to still be on it, and I don't want the plastic to get stuck, so we're just going to, oops, slide that off. And let that dry just like that. Hey guys, so I have actually let this little thing sit for about a week. So it is 100% dry. It's a little thinner, I think slightly thinner than what I expected, but I am okay with that. I like it. I think it looks nice. The texture of it, I think, is good because it still kind of mimics, you know, how rocks and things would naturally form, so we don't want it to be super smooth. The next thing I'm going to do is start painting this. I'm going to do the bottom and the top, and because I don't own any black paint, I'm actually going to have to mix some up on my own. I'm going to take the white and add black to it little by little until I get the shade that I'm looking for, and then we'll start painting our geode slice. Alright guys, so this is what we have so far for a little slice. Looking pretty good. So what I'm thinking is I will use this green chalk paint, and in addition to that I'm going to use my paint markers just to make this a little easier on myself. We're going to use the black, gold, and white. I think I'll use the black. I'm not 100% sure about that one yet, but I do know that I want to use the white and maybe the gold. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to grab first a little gold paint and put that on the inside, because I mostly to serve as a reminder that I want to kind of have that painted, so that I don't forget to add the glass. We're going to use this paint from Folk Art. It's a little tiny gold metallic paint, and this is in the shade Antique Gold. I'm going to take a little bit on my paintbrush, and I'm going to spread that first on the inside ooh, of the piece. I'm gonna grab that. So I like the color. I will say that I saw the tutorial that I saw mentioned using acrylic inks, and if I had those, I would probably try to use them, but I don't have any acrylic inks, and I don't have any acrylic inks, but I have been looking at some, as well as the India inks, but I'm not sure which one I want to try to learn to use. But I figure if this is something I'm good at and I want to try again, I may try it again with the acrylic inks. I'm going to stop there because I think this is pretty much how I want the gold to be laid out on this piece. I'm going to I'm trying to think now what I want to do. So I think I'm going to start with the white. I am going to go ahead and speed up the footage. I usually do this because I don't want you guys to have to sit through me for 20 minutes just trying to figure things out, because a lot of times I sit here for several minutes on hand, several minutes at a time, trying to figure out what I'm doing. And I usually end up having to cut so much out because of that, but So we are now in the process of getting the, the glass added. I do have a few that I've already propped on there. I put them in spots where it was easy to get them attached. And I used the wall bond glue to attach them. And I also put them on while the glitter paint was still a little wet while it was drying. And that way, maybe, I was thinking, could help with adhesion a little bit. So now that we've gotten these on, I'm going to try to figure out how to add more because I do want them to go all the way around, kind of, encrusted looking. So that's what we're going to do now. Wish me like all the luck. So let me show you guys how I did this earlier so that you can kind of see. So what I did was I took pieces of glass and just kind of did this to see which ones would stay in place. Obviously, it's not going to be that easy now because I don't have as much flat surface to work with. So I might kind of set this up like this and see if I can, yeah, I might have to do it this way. Just keep moving it around and attach pieces. Now, if I had hot glue, this might be a little easier, but I do not have hot glue or use hot glue. So that's also going to affect my abilities a little bit. But let's go ahead and start with this side. If I can get the glue out, it starts to dry really quickly. So that's another thing to remember. Make sure you're closing the tip. I didn't have it closed, so I'm over here messing myself up. So I'm just going to do this part on camera and then let it dry and then do the rest. But I figure once you guys see this part, there's really no need to see any more, right? I'll just keep working on it and trying to get the stones in place. So let's see how much I can get on here now. I'm trying to use the pieces that aren't too large. Hopefully you can see that. Because I don't want it to look too crazy. This is where I think I'll stop. I'm going to let this start to dry a little more, and then I will come back and just start adding more along the rest of the piece of that inner portion. And yeah, I think the next time we come back, I will have probably sealed this in varnish, and I'll show you guys what the finished piece looks like. I can't wait to show you. This is our finished geode slice. I'm so happy with how it turned out. It is very pretty. I love how, you can see a little bit of sparkle from the glitter paint that I added underneath the glass. This piece, I did varnish everything on top. I didn't varnish the back because I'm intending for this to just be something that sits on a stand like this one is now. I think next time I will definitely try this again with different colors. And then I also want to try doing an actual air dry clay geode that looks more like this. So if you want to see that, go ahead and subscribe, turn on notifications. That way you'll know when I actually try this bad boy. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are. And stay warm because it is starting to get real chilly in places. And we had snow. So that's why I'm going to be inside just doing stuff like this for the next 6 months. But thanks again, guys, and have a wonderful day. Bye.